Yes, guys, what's going on? Adam McCullough here, Full-Time Devils. We are back. We are live. This is MUFC Transfer Daily Live, and we have confirmed transfer news for you. Manchester United have made a signing. It's the one we've been expecting. Harry Maguire is officially a Manchester United player, and this is broken in the last 10-15 minutes. The club have tweeted the official announcements. The players done his report, his interview, all that stuff. And the club have gone with new player, same Manchester United DNA. Yes, Harry Maguire is a Red. A Manchester United signing for a world record fee believed to be £80 million, going up to £85 million. So Manchester United have a new centre-half. The centre-half we all wanted. We were linked with Kalidou Koulibaly. We were linked with Toby Alderweireld. We were linked with Harry Maguire amongst a whole host of other names, but now it's been confirmed that Harry Maguire is a Manchester United player, and we're seeing the pictures of him in a Manchester United shirt, and I've got to say he's looking pretty smart in a Manchester United shirt as well. We're going to get your reaction to the news that Harry Maguire is a Red. I can see your comments coming through right now over there, so I'm watching those and I'll be reading some of those out very soon. Apologies if I can't get around to all of them, but right now I'm going to read the club statement and the club official announcement. It says Manchester United is delighted to confirm the signing of Harry Maguire from Leicester City. Harry signs on a 6-year contract with the option to extend for a further year. So at 26 years old, 6-year contract takes him to 32, and then at 33. So basically, his career is going to end at Manchester United if things go to plan. The 26-year-old England international joined Leicester City in 2017 and made 76 appearances, scoring 5 goals. One of those goals being at Anfield last season, which pretty much cost Liverpool the league, which is alright, I suppose. I'm delighted to have signed for this great club, said Harry Maguire. I have thoroughly enjoyed my time at Leicester City. I would like to thank everyone at the club and the fans for their fantastic support over the past 2 seasons. However, when Manchester United come knocking on your door, it's an incredible opportunity. From my conversations with the manager, I'm excited about the vision and the plans he has for the team. It's clear to see that Ollie is building a team to win trophies. I'm now looking forward to meeting my new teammates and getting the season started. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said, Harry is one of the best centre-backs in the game today, and I'm delighted we have secured his signature. He's a great reader of the game, strong presence on the pitch with his ability to remain calm under pressure. Coupled with his composure on the ball and a huge presence in both boxes, I can see he will fit well into this group both on and off the pitch. Great personality, fantastic addition to the club. I would like to welcome Harry to United, and we are looking forward to working with him as we prepare for a new season. Will he be in the Manchester United 11 that takes on Chelsea? I'm sure he'll be in the side. You're not going to sign a player for what, £80 million and then leave him out the squad. He's had a full pre-season with Leicester City. He only missed the 1 game for Leicester City. So, you know, missing 1 game for Leicester City. He's had a full pre-season. He doesn't need to worry about his fitness and all that. All he needs to worry about is getting fitted in with the club, getting fitted in with the players around him, and getting fitted in with his Manchester United teammates. Just rejected a bid from Madrid for Pogba, which included James Rodriguez, said Lewis. I read something similar to that as well, which I'm not too sure about. Peter Holmes says, yes, he will start against Chelsea. Big question is, what happens with Axel if none of Jones, Smalling or Rojo leave? Best to let him go on loan to Villa, says Jamie Burton. Smalling, Jones and Rojo's future now comes under doubt. Rojo's been used more than the other 2 in pre-season, which is surprising to me. But yes, what happens now with that? Obviously, we've had Harry Maguire coming for a world record fee. He's going to be one of our first choice centre-halves. Lindelof's looking like he's going to be one of our first choice centre-halves. You've then got the other lads, Smalling, Rojo, Bailly, Jones. Bailly's out for the rest of this year. He's only going to come back towards Christmas. So you're looking at that and you're thinking, if Axel stays, he needs to get football. So is one of those defenders going to go? Now we've heard rumours over a whole host of them. We've heard rumours over every single one of them in regards to, you know, them leaving Manchester United, Smalling, Rojo and Jones. Now, will one of them leave? Possibly. to make way for Axel Tuanzebe to become part of our defence. And I'd be happy with that, actually. Then you'd look at 3 new additions to the defence, wouldn't you? Wan-Bissaka, Axel and Harry Maguire. And our defence really does need sorting out. And you'd like to think Axel showing fantastic ability, cool, calm on the ball, is fantastic in terms of speaking to his other defenders, keeping things sorted out at the back, speaking with his midfielders, linking up with his midfielders, bringing the ball out of play. He's looked very good for Manchester United and Aston Villa. So keeping him in and saying, yo, Ax, you're going to get X amount of games this season, definitely. I'd be happy with that. But if he's not going to play, and he is going to play at Aston Villa or wherever else, then let him go out on loan. Rojo over Smalling and Jones, says Ben. Bruno next, please, says Salford Pride. Now, obviously, you've heard from Steve earlier. We did the video yesterday as well in regards to slab-headed Iceman at the back, says Levi. In regards to the Paulo Dybala situation, Paulo Dybala isn't going to be a Manchester United player this summer. If you believe the reports, United have pulled out of that swap deal. Will Lukaku be a Manchester United player this season when the new campaign comes? That one remains to be seen. But there's a whole host of rumours about Bruno Fernandes as well now. He was apparently going to play his last game for Sporting Lisbon yesterday. They got absolutely dicked in the Super Cup in Portugal. So now, is his future going to become clear? We've got until Thursday. That's all we've got now. We've got until Thursday to sort everything out. So United have to move quick if we are going to get any more business done. So far, we spent almost £150 million on 3 players. Now, if we'd spent £150 million, I would have expected us to have improved our team a lot more. Now, I do think Wan-Bissaka, first choice straight away. Maguire, first choice straight away. So we have got 2 signings that immediately strengthen our defence, immediately strengthen our 11. But we still need more in that midfield area. And it's important that we get something else done between now and the end of the summer in terms of that midfield area. And maybe in the front line as well. Because if Lukaku does leave, look, whether Dybala comes in or not, if Lukaku leaves, we need to strengthen our defence. Those are facts. So we need to be on the ball. And we should have sorted it out long before this. We've had these issues before. And we should have sorted it out long before this. Welcome Slabo, says T. Mill. Need to get rid of Darmian and Jones or Smalling, says Biresh. We're not going to sign anyone, says Thomas Dolan. Nerez over Dybala anyway, says Big Willie Haver. Will Jones says, has Maguire been given a squad number? Anybody? Let me have a look at this. Could he be number 5? Is there anybody occupying the number 5 shirt at the moment for Manchester United? I'm not too sure. Is there anybody occupying a Manchester United shirt? You know what's mad, Jay? You know when you read the article on Maguire signing for United, it was made yesterday at 12:30 and they published it today. So they were ready to go with this stuff yesterday. Unless they started drafting it yesterday. Yeah, I can't see anything about his number. Not one little bit about his shirt number. And you'd think they'd let that out straight away so that people can get buying his shirt. Gotta be number 5 though, yeah. Surely be number 5. Guys, Manchester United have confirmed the signing of Harry Maguire. We're seeing the interview, we're seeing the picture, we're seeing the quotes, we're seeing the picture of Ollie and Harry Maguire shaking hands. Harry Maguire is a red. He joins Manchester United in a world record deal for a centre-half, £80 million plus £5 million in add-ons. He joins Manchester United's other summer signings of Daniel James and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but with 4 days left of the window, and that's me including today. What else will Manchester United do in this transfer window? Will we get anything else done? And how happy are we with the signing of Harry Maguire? Deadline day, Pogba out, Bale in, Rodriguez in. Nah, that's not happening. Tuanzebe should be first choice ahead of Lindelof due to his pace, athleticism and composure, says Oysid. Maguire is our last signing, guys, says E2G. Now that seems like a throwaway comment, but it's a very big possibility with the amount of time we have left in this transfer window. We've spent our budget. We need to sell before we buy. We won't sign anyone else. Thank you very much, Abby King. Would we take Bale? On loan maybe, but no, I wouldn't sign him at all. We've already got Alexis Sanchez, unless you fancy swapping him, because it could turn out to be exactly the same kind of player. One of the best defences in Europe, top 10, top 5, says Football Phenomenon. It's an interesting opinion. Now, we've obviously got to see these players in action. Yes, guys, what's going on? Apologies for that. Not sure what the hell just happened with the internet, but we are hopefully back live now. How are you guys doing? Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully I'm coming through to you lot. Yeah, internet dropped, but Manchester United have announced Harry Maguire as a brand new live signing. A world record fee for a centre half, £80 million plus £5 million add-ons. And it has been confirmed today that Manchester United have made that signing. So guys, how are you feeling about that one? Get your reactions in to the news that Harry Maguire is a Red. Harry Maguire is a Manchester United player and he'll join the club in a world record fee. I want to hear your thoughts on that. And again, apologies and thank you for sticking with us while we had those technical difficulties all going off today. All going off about the one of the best. That's what we're talking about. What is going on with this defence? Where do we stand at the moment with it? Have we gone from having one of the weakest defences in the Premier League top 6 to now potentially having one of the best? I'm not going to say the best because we need to see it in action first, but when you look at it on paper, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, as good as any right back in the league. Harry Maguire, one of the top 3, top 5 centre halves in the league. Victor Lindelof coming on very well, looking good, still needs to prove himself this season. And Luke Shaw had a decent season last season, but again, we know the potential that he has and he has to fulfill it. But if they all play well, we could have one of the best defences in the league. And then when you add in David De Gea behind them, it's even better. So, you know, you got to take all those things into consideration as well when you talk about Manchester United's defence. But yes, guys, we want your thoughts, your reaction to the news that Manchester United have signed Bruno Maguire, Harry Maguire. It's because I'm reading your comments here, and every single last one of you is talking about Bruno Fernandes. Haresh is saying Jones is our Lord. Josh says our defence is solid now. Might as well give United the title now, says Ivor. Young is now a squad player, quality squad player, says Michael Fletcher. Without a quality midfielder added, we will struggle, says Rain Wooney. We've got the best fullbacks in the league, but centre half still lacking Champions quality. Without a quality midfielder added, we will struggle. We've got the best fullbacks in the league, but centre backs still lacking Champions quality. I've read that one out already, didn't I? I'm happy about the signing, says Kinyemi. I'm very happy about this signing, guys. We needed a central defender. We needed a centre half last summer. We didn't get one. Jose Mourinho cracked up because of it and eventually lost his job. But at the time, we all agreed that we needed a centre half last summer and we didn't get it. We went in with what we had. We went in with Lindelof, Bailey, Rojo, Smalling, Jones, all them lot. And again, they proved that they weren't good enough for Manchester United as a group. Now, we needed one. We needed one all summer. Leicester City have been dragging their heels. Now, we know they have to give 15% of this fee to Hull City. So I think about £10 million of this fee goes to Hull City. So that's why we've had a hold up in negotiations as well. We know they don't need to sell. We know they don't need money. They were in a very good bargaining position. Harry Maguire's not long signed a brand new, lovely contract. But United wanted the player wanted United. Eventually it was going to happen. And United get a player that definitely improves our defence, immediately improves our defence in fact. Comes in, is a leader, is good with the ball, he's at a good age, he's only going to get better, he's fully committed to United. He's probably not thinking about trying to use this club as a stepping stone for elsewhere and move on and all that. So we're going to get the very best of Harry Maguire, and hopefully he helps improve the players around him as well. Now that's the one thing that we will be unsure of. Yes, he's a very good defender, but how much of a leader is he? How much of an influence can he be to that back line? Can he help Aaron Wan-Bissaka come on? Can he help Lindelof get even better? Can he help Luke Shaw with his game? Because that's the mark of a good centre-half as well. How much he calms down everything around him and how much he leads everything around him. Maguire, number 5, says T-Mill. Now, don't be rushing out to get your shirt signed, but pretty much going to be number 5. He's a centre-half. I hate when players, like strikers, have number 2 and centre-halves have number 10. Like, what the hell's going on there? Now, I know nothing like that's going to go down here, but that's such an annoying thing for me when that happens. We're seeing all these pictures now. Harry Maguire looking buzzing, signing, posing, a little bit of a model pose there, loving it. Big Harry Maguire, Manchester United player. Now, a lot of people are going to comment about the fee. I don't think he's worth a world record fee, but you know what? I don't care. It's £80 million that isn't just sitting in the coffers, making interest for those Glazers. It's money being spent on the team and helping the team improve, and that you've got to be happy with. Now, obviously, if you've been keeping up with MUFC Transfer Daily Live and you've been keeping up with Full Time Devils, then you will know that we have been covering the transfer window as it's developed. Paulo Dybala doesn't look like he's coming to United now. Romelu Lukaku doesn't look like he's going to Juventus now. Bruno Fernandes, it was reported by the BBC yesterday that United aren't even interested in him. So what is going on? Who are we going to sign, if anybody? We're going to keep you up to date throughout the transfer window. We're live throughout deadline day. We're live throughout the week. We're going to be constantly covering everything. So make sure you're keeping it locked here. This isn't me wrapping up. We're going to stick around because we had those technical difficulties. I'm going to make it up to you, and we're going to stick around for a little bit longer and give you some more MUFC Transfer Daily Live and give you some more reaction to Harry Maguire becoming a Manchester United player. Next, Sean Longstaff may come in, says Heron Coker. Now, I said this at the start of the transfer window. I wouldn't be against signing Sean Longstaff, but if Sean Longstaff was our only midfield reinforcements, then I would be against that. I wouldn't be confident about that at all. That's something that wouldn't leave me with confidence going into the new campaign. United looking to sign winger Neres from Ajax. A lot of people talking about this. Now, it did look like it was just one report so far. I haven't heard anything else on this David Neres link to Manchester United at all. I'm not really sure on the reliability of the people that did report it at the time. I'm going to do a little search right now to see if there's any latest rumours on it, but I don't think there's anything in this, you know. Now, I could be wrong. I've been wrong about things before. There's gossip from the BBC Sport, which is how. Now, what the BBC Sport do is BBC Sport, yeah, they share on their website all the gossip that's in the newspapers around England. So the Star, the Sun, the Times, the Mail, etc., etc., and they put it in one section on their website. And then someone from their team, social media team, tweets that link to the gossip column with one of the stories in there. And then people quote the BBC as the source for that story. When the story isn't the BBC's, it's probably from the Daily Star or something like that. And the BBC have just shared it in their gossip column. But this is how things get twisted during the summer transfer window. And then someone from Spain or someone from Italy, they will report a story crediting the BBC with that gossip when it has come from the Daily Star. It's mental, the gymnastics that these people do to get tweets out there. Yahoo are talking about this David Neres bid, £46 million, 22-year-old Brazilian forward. I don't know, you know. I'm not reading anything into this one right now because I don't think it's true at all. But you guys seem to be up for it and you guys want it. So let me know what other signings do you want during this transfer window. We have got 3 days left of the transfer window. The transfer window closes on Thursday. The Premier League shooting themselves in the foot, deciding Yeah, I know what we'll do. We'll just have our window closed before everybody else is in Europe. That makes sense, doesn't it? The Premier League are absolute bells. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Seriously. Why would you decide we'll close our transfer window now and then everybody else's window can close later? So United could still sell... This was another one of the stories as well yesterday. United could sell Lukaku without replacing him. Without replacing him. Are you serious? Without replacing him. You want to sell Lukaku? That would be dangerous. Now I know we have to give Rashford time, Martial time up top. I know Mason Greenwood's coming through. But that's heaping a whole load of pressure on those lads. That's why that Dybala move appealed so much to everyone. Because he's a player that played in a number of positions. He wouldn't automatically step in the way of those players. But he still contributed to the front line. That's annoying, isn't it? That's annoying. It seems too good to be true. And it turned out to be that way. Guys, get hitting that like button, get subscribing, and get your thoughts in on the transfer window and on Harry Maguire as he becomes a Manchester United player today. People want Jadon Sancho. That's not playing. That's not happening. Sell Lukaku, money goes to the Glazers' pockets. Yeah. If we sell Lukaku, it becomes the fee for Harry Maguire, doesn't it? And then we've only spent 60 million in this transfer window. Why don't we bid for Decore, Timbo at central defensive midfielder, says Dean. He's coming back from a big injury. I'd be surprised to see that. Surprised to see that. United also have Sanchez, someone no one is talking about. He was amazing at the Copa America. Now I don't. Charlie says that. Now I don't know too much on the quality of players in the Copa America. I know there's some good teams, but you know what I'm saying. But I'm not using that as a marker for where Alexis Sanchez is for Manchester United. I'm expecting more of the same and more disappointment from Alexis Sanchez, unfortunately. Both chuffed and frustrated with this. Glad he's here, but man, this was really long and drawn out, says T. Well, we could just focus on the fact that he is now a Manchester United player. And you know what I don't mind about is, with this one, it's not like he needs to settle into the Premier League. It's not like he needs to settle into the culture, settle into the country. He lived in Leicester. You know what I mean? About 40, 50 miles away from Manchester. It's not going to be a massive move for him. So I don't think we need to worry too much about that at all. He knows a lot of the players already. He'll know Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He'll know Luke Shaw. He'll know Jesse. He'll know Marcus. He'll know the England lads. So I think he'll fit in quite seamlessly. Hazel says, do you think it's too expensive? I think most transfers are too expensive. I seriously do. If you look at it, Wan-Bissaka at 50 million, you could then justify Maguire at 80 million. I'm not justifying Maguire at 80 million. I don't think he's an £80 million player. I could have understood 50, 60 million for him. But United come with a premium. English players come with a premium. Bargaining with Premier League clubs comes with a premium because they don't need to sell. They really don't need to sell. Do you know what I mean? So it's pointless in even discussing transfer fees. Really, they become a talking point for all us guys and fans and everything like that. But it's pointless talking. It's just businesses trading assets, and the assets are valued on different things. Assets are valued on how much that club really wants the player, how much of an effect it is when he leaves. You now look at Leicester City, and Nathan Ake they were after. Bournemouth are asking for 70 million apparently. Lewis Dunk, they're asking for 50 million for him. Like, they are now feeling the effect of demanding such a massive fee for Harry Maguire, because now clubs where they're coming in for replacements are saying, well, Harry Maguire 26 played for England. Nathan Ake's played for Holland 10 times. He's younger than him. He's got more potential. So we want this much money. And it's crazy how they've been affected by it. It's crazy. Right then, any more questions, any more comments? Keep your comments coming in, guys. This is MUFC Transfer Daily Live. We are discussing Harry Maguire to Manchester United. The player is now a red. Harry Maguire is a red. Slabhead is a red in a world record deal. Does Bailly have a future at Manchester United now? Probably, because of the fact he's injured. He's not going to be able to be sold this transfer window unless we let him go in January. But if he's coming back in December, No club's going to be convinced to want to sell him, to want to buy him in January because he's just come back from a big injury, unless they get him in a cut price deal. So I'd imagine United would still give him an opportunity to prove himself and to play. Akshay, thank you for commenting. Connor Fury says, if not us, who has the best back four in the league? Probably City. Who's in Cities? Laporte, Stones, Walker. Who else? They've just bought fucking Cancelo as well. Not a balling, man. They're always replacing players straight away. They're always improving their team. And they're always fucking winning things. So it's pretty much more difficult for teams to catch up. Especially when we've got owners like ours. He will wear number 5. Best signing this season, says Churchill. Would have loved Tielemans. That would have been my dream partner for Pogba, says Bardo's Gaming. Yeah, it would have been difficult to do. Well, then again, we wouldn't have had to do business with Leicester twice. But you imagine if we stepped on their toes with Tielemans, they would have driven a harder bargain with Harry Maguire. That was probably a gentleman's agreement. United, you know what? Give us Harry Maguire. We'll let you have a free run at Yuri Tielemans. Who do you want in midfield, Max, says Harry. It's a good discussion now. I think that people are probably going to laugh or call me a hypocrite or whatever, but I'm happy to be proven wrong. But I think Scott McTominay is now our number 1 choice partner for Paul Pogba. He's ahead of Matic for me. He's ahead of Fred at this moment in time for me. He's ahead of probably Andreas Pereira as well. So you look at it and you think Scott McTominay is our number 1 choice at centre half at the moment. Sorry, at central midfield. At centre half. I'm a Jose Mourinho. So we've got to take that into consideration. Now 2 more signings and we will be good, says Chill Spot. You're expecting a little bit too much in terms of 2 more signings. Adam, I like this new philosophy, just not impressed with the urgency or the lack of, says Busby. I agree with you, mate. With the Dybala thing, I'm disappointed because obviously he's a fantastic player. But if the club are now only signing players that really, really want to come to the club because they want to play for Man United, then I'm happy with that. It's a change of direction. We'll still have some players at the club that don't fit that criteria. You'd think not getting Dybala means we keep Lukaku, who doesn't want to be here. So it's kind of, but if we let that happen with Dybala, we've got to then say, right, what for Alexis Sanchez? What is he doing here? Spends most of his time in Chile, most of his time injured, most of his time with his dogs, less time on the pitch. He's not scored many goals for United. We're paying him an awful lot of money. We have to start getting those kind of players off our wage bill. Will Smalling or Jones be sold now, says Aaron J. There's been a lot of rumours about us selling one of Smalling or Rojo. Nothing about Jones really. Probably because no one wants to sign him. But it'd be interesting to see what would happen in terms of signing some players, more players, and if we do any business going the other way as well. So yeah. But I think we should sell one of Smalling, Rojo or Jones. I love Rojo. He's a proper bastard. I love him. But Axel Tuanzebe needs to play games. Now, if you're looking at Lindelof, Harry Maguire, Axel Tuanzebe, then one of Smalling, Jones or Rojo with Bailly. You could even probably let 2 of them go, but that would be dangerous. Let one of them go. Who's probably the most sellable? Smalling, Rojo or Jones? I'd say Rojo is probably the most sellable out of them because of the fact Smalling and Jones probably got higher wages, and who's going to buy them in England? No one abroad's going to buy them. With Rojo, you've got teams from Italy, Argentina, all over the place that would probably be interested in signing the mad Argentinian. So there's that. Get hitting that like button, guys, and get subscribing to Full Time Devils. Why is it so hard to offload players like Darmian, Rojo, Young, and Jones? Sal Rojo, says Yowlan. Where is Fosu Mensah, says Connor P. He had a massive injury, which I think is still recovering from. Gomez is a filthy player, says Sal. Rojo is one crazy guy, says Molson. AC Milan match result is the reality of our season. What, a 2-2 draw? I don't know what you mean by that, mate. Sir Philip Jones. Maguire to score more goals than Sanchez, says Bosby legend. It would probably happen, to be fair. And knowing Sanchez's luck, it will probably come through. Let me see what else everyone's saying. Should we really have offered Maguire a 7-year contract? Depends what the wages are and all that, really, doesn't it? And it means that he's not then bargaining for a new deal in 3-4 years. And at his age, you know, if he signed a 5-year contract, would we have thought anything of it? No. So that only takes him to 31. So, you know, I don't really care. Keeps his sell value high, I suppose. Rojo is rash but better than Smalling and Jones, says MJT. Do you think Twanzebe, Jones, Smalling or Rojo would be priority to play if Lindelof or Maguire is not playing? I'd say Twanzebe and Rojo, given the players that Ollie's played in pre-season. Will he play on the left or the right of the centre-half partnership? Not too sure, mate. Not too sure at all. Anyway, guys, this has been Full-Time Devils. This has been the reaction to Harry Maguire becoming a Manchester United player. Remember, I do apologise for the technical difficulties that we had if you watch live. And obviously, if you haven't watched live and you've caught up with us a little bit later, then thank you for tuning in to Full-Time Devils and the reaction that Harry Maguire is now a Red. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here now, but thank you for watching us. Keep it locked to Full-Time Devils throughout the week for much more reaction to hopefully much more signings for Manchester United. I've been Adam McCullough. I'm out of here.